Right, shalom, shalom. I'm out here in the battlefield. Like I said in my last lesson, unfortunately, I wasn't able to do my camp yesterday because of some worldly things I had to take care of. And one of the Akim, he gave me some counsel, and he told me, hey Ak, you got to get out there, man. There's no excuse. And you know, I couldn't go earlier today, but he was like, hey, don't matter, Ak. You got to get out there. You're able-bodied, you're perfectly healthy, there's no excuse. So here I am, after hours, but we out here, you know, through the Spirit. Lord willing, this lesson is going to be edifying. So I want to begin this camp lesson by giving all praises, honor, and glory to my power, Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shai, Bahashim, Rakak Wadash. I want to give double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who rule well and who taught me this 100% truth. And shalom to the hopeful elect of the nation of Israel, Yasharallah, which will be you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. Those are the true children of Israel, spoken of in the scriptures, the Israelites. And those are the only people that Yahweh Shai are dealing with. The only people that can receive salvation, the only nation that can receive salvation is Israel. No one else. All these other heathen nations, and especially the Edomites, they're going to get destroyed on this side, and they're going to go into captivity in the kingdom to come. But the Israelites, beginning with the elect, are going to be exalted. We're going to be exalted in the kingdom of heaven. We're going to be godlike. Salakia. And let's begin this camp lesson. With the book of Luke, chapter 9 and verse 62. And it reads, and Yahweh Shai said unto him, no man, having put his hand to the plow and looking back, is fit for the kingdom of God. So this scripture cut me, you know. It cuts a lot of us, that a lot of times we get hindered, you know, we get hindered in this life. You know, we get hindered by worldly bullshit. But we gotta make our calling and election sure. We can't take 5 steps forward and 1 step back. No, we gotta keep pushing forward in this truth, keep growing in the Spirit. That's the only way that we can. That's the only way our name won't get blotted out of the book of life. Because that's what we do this. That's what we upload these epistles on YouTube. We go out on the highways and hedges risking our life to make sure we're in that book of life, you know, to make sure the Lord remembers us in the dark days coming real soon. And I know the angels are watching, you know. There might not be many people out, but I know my brothers are up there in them chariots watching. And speaking of chariots, they've been showing themselves a lot lately, man. The Lord, the angels are showing their might to Esau. They're flexing their power to Esau, because Esau, this kingdom is up. His rulership is finished. And the chariots of the Lord are those so-called UFOs. Those so-called UFOs that you've been seeing around the world lately, that's the angels. The angels are inside those vehicles. And Yahweh Shai, our king, is going to return in a big-ass fathership. Yahweh Shai is going to return in a big fathership and beam up his elect. That's how the elect are going to be saved from the destruction coming to America. Let's get that. Let's get some examples of the chariots. I believe in Psalms. Salakia, looking for this precept. The book of Psalms, chapter 68, verse 17. The chariots of God are 20,000, even thousands of angels. The Lord is among them, as in Sinai in the holy place. So yeah, those UFO sightings we've been seeing, are the chariots of the Lord, you know, manifesting themselves, because Armageddon is upon us. Jacob's trouble is upon us. All hell breaking loose. We're in December. This is the last month of the hopeful year of Jacob's trouble. The Apostle Tahar coined this year, 2024, the hopeful year of Jacob's trouble. And man, we got a month left. You know, we have a month left. Lord willing, it ends with a bang. Lord willing, Jacob's trouble kicks off. Because once Trump takes office, it's gonna get real draconian, real fast. These prophecies are gonna be moving. And as you can tell, this year flew by. This year flew by, man. In the blink of an eye, it felt like it was 6 months, but in reality, it's already been 2024 is over. So the days are moving fast, you know, for the elect's sake. Those days will be shortened, as Yahushua said. Let's get that. In Matthew. Book of Matthew, chapter 24 and verse 22, it reads, "And except those days should be shortened, there should no flesh be saved. But for the elect's sake, those days shall be shortened." And we clearly see these days fucking flying, man. These days are flying. You cannot tell me these days ain't flying. And that's for the elect's sake, man, because Esau is going to come down with great wrath. He's going to flex his blessing, his sword. That sword, he's going to flex that. And, it's gonna get real crazy out here in these streets, you know. The Lord ain't dealing with you, you're fucked. If you ain't got the Lord's covering, you're shit, man. You're a lost cause. Your worst fears are gonna come reality. And that's what we go out in the highways and byways. We warn the children of Israel. We're constantly, the apostles have been warning for 30 plus years, man, week in and week out. And a lot of people, man, within those 30 years, a lot of fruit has a lot of hopeful elect have woken up, myself included, man. Before I was in this truth, I was just a fucking nigga. I was a Jake, bullshitting, without a care in the world, man, on the path to self-destruction. But through the Lord's mercy, He woke me up, just how a lot of brothers, He woke us up and gave us the spirit to come out here and confess His name, Yahweh, Bahashim Yahweh Shai. That's the true name of our King and our power. Let's go to Ezekiel chapter 37, verses 1 through 5. And it reads, "The hand of the Lord Yahweh was upon me, and carried me out in the spirit of the Lord, and set me down in the midst of the valley, which was full of bones, and caused me to pass by them round about. And behold, there were very many in the open valley, and lo, they were very dry." So this is a representation of the 2/3, you can say, or even the 1/3 before they got this breath of life. Before we got this breath of life, we were living a meaningless life. We didn't have the Lord in our life. But through the Lord's mercy, He gave us that breath of life to wake up and confess His name and repent in hopes to receive salvation from the coming destruction. Verse 3, "And He said unto me, Son of man, can these bones live? And I answered, O Lord God, Thou knowest. Again He said unto me, Prophesy upon these bones, and say unto them, O ye dry bones, hear the word of the Lord." So starting with the Abba Bivens in, I believe, 1969, 70, around there, Abba Bivens woke up. He got the names. And then from there, High Prince Ariyah, King Masha, and then the elders of Great Millstone, up until this very day, these men had been prophesying, waking up the lost tribes of Israel. And there's definitely a great awakening. We're at the very end, great awakening. The majority, pretty much the majority of the elect are sealed. if not, everyone's sealed already. We don't know it for sure, but once all hell breaks loose, once the famine of the word comes, that's when we know all the elect are sealed. Let the destruction come. And until the Lord shuts the prophet's mouth, we still have to come out here day in and week out. And this isn't a burden for us. This isn't a burden for myself. I just get caught up in worldly bullshit. Unfortunately, we're part of this society, and we still have to be men, right? We still have to be men and provide for our families. But this truth is the priority, and we're gonna always find a way to push this word. And verse 5, the point, thus saith the Lord God unto these bones, behold, I will cause breath to enter into you, and ye shall live. So we were spiritually dead before we woke up to this truth, before we got the names of Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai. We were spiritually dead. But now we got this breath of life, and we're obsessed with this truth. Nothing else matters. We have this burning sensation inside of us to come out and prophesy. And this is my favorite thing. I wouldn't rather be doing anything else, man. If they gave me a choice, like these bugged out, sold out camps, you know, they took the bag and they're teaching confusion. Man, I would never do that. And Lord willing, the Lord doesn't take the spirit from me. Lord willing, the Lord doesn't take this Rakak Wadash, breath of life from me. And He gives me the spirit to endure until the end. Because there's nothing left for us, man. You got $1 million, that shit, once this economy crashes, that's gonna be nothing. You're gonna have to take a microchip. And let's get that. Revelation chapter 13 and verse 16. And it reads, and He causeth all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads, and that no man might buy or sell, save he that had the mark, or the name of the beast, or the number of his name. So yeah, that mark of the beast is about to be pushed real heavy. You see the signs. You see this demon Elon Musk. He's gonna join Nero in office, right? Donald Trump is Nero in the reincarnation. For those that have eyes to see, we're in the Roman Empire. America's Rome all over again. And Elon Musk is gonna join Donald Trump in that cabinet, and you know they're gonna push that charagma heavy. He's gonna get real draconian his second time around. That's if he even makes it to office. World War III could pop off before he makes it to office, just so they could bring in civil unrest, that martial law. Because once that martial law kicks off, that's when Jacob's trouble really gonna take full effect, because this devil's gonna come after the Israelites, the men of the Lord. Let's get that. 2nd Esdras 16. Let's go to 70 and on down. And it reads, for there shall be in every place and in the next cities a great insurrection upon those that fear the Lord. They shall be like madmen, sparing none, but still spoiling and destroying those that fear the Lord. So they're gonna come after us, man, and you better be ready for that smoke. You better be ready to. This is gonna be a battle, and we're currently in a spiritual battle with our flesh every day, but it's about to get real physical. We're gonna have to look death on the face. We're gonna have near death scenarios. That's how the Lord is gonna test our faith. Are you gonna fold under pressure? Are you gonna be a coward and take that mark of the beast, that microchip? Or are you gonna put your faith in Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai and walk like a man? Go through that fire like a man. Those trials and tribulation that we're all gonna face. We're all gonna be tested, that hour of temptation. And Salakia, let me get that before I continue. That's in the book of Revelation, chapter 3 and verse 10. It reads, because thou hast kept the word of my patience, I also will keep thee from the hour of temptation, which shall come upon all the world to try them that dwell upon the earth. So we're all going to be tested, man. We've been doing this work, and it's time to put this labor to the test, right? The Lord is going to put this labor to the test. Did you really Are you really rooted enough to withstand the wiles of the devil? Are you rooted enough to resist that chip, resist that mark? Your family leaves you, your wife leaves you, your kids turn their back on you. Are you gonna fold? Are you gonna follow suit? Lord willing, we don't. And Lord willing, our faith is enough to cover our family. As a man, you have to be the leader of your household. And if your family sees you standing boldly for the Lord, Lord willing, they're strong enough to follow suit. But if they don't, you have to play these scenarios in your head. You have to count the cost of being in this truth. Comes with a lot. This ain't no cakewalk. This is a battle. This is a war. The war for your soul. And the Lord was gracious enough to wake you up in these last days. He really showed his mercy, because we're pieces of shit. We don't deserve his mercy, but through the Lord, he woke us up. Through Yahweh's blood, we have the chance to repent and receive salvation. Get on that fathership, get on that chariot, and witness the destruction of Babylon the Great through the sea of glass. And let's get that. Because the victory is already written. We just have to play out our role. Revelation chapter 15 and verse 2, it reads, "And I saw as it were a sea of glass mingled with fire, and them that had gotten the victory over the beast, and over his image, and over his mark, and over the number of his name, stand on the sea of glass, having the harps of God." So we already got the victory, man. The elect are already predestined, preordained to receive salvation, to resist that mark of the beast. And we just have to hope and pray that we're part of that number, that we make it to that chariot and witness the destruction of Babylon the Great. So that's going to be and get the crown of life. Good job, my good and faithful servant. Well done, my good and faithful servant. Yahweh Shai telling you that to your face. Imagine that. Go to Matthew chapter 25 and verse 23. It reads, "His Lord said unto him, Well done, good and faithful servant. Thou hast been faithful over a few things. I will make thee ruler over many things. Enter thou into the joy of thy Lord." That's ultimately the words we want to hear from our King Yahweh Shai. Good job, my good and faithful servant. Well done. You stood boldly against this devil. You resisted his mark. You forsook this life. Man, fuck this life. This life is nothing. Our destiny is to serve the Lord, you know? We've had many incarnations, and we always come back in our lot. We always come back in our lot. If you're a prophet, you come back as a prophet. If you're a fucking wicked-ass person, you come back as a wicked-ass person to be destroyed. So, it's definitely a blessing being in this truth. Definitely the greatest thing ever. So let's go back. We're in 2nd Esdras 16:72. "For they shall waste and take away their goods and cast them out of their houses." So yeah, you don't take that mark. You got to be willing to be homeless, you know? Like the Apostle Tahar said, you don't take that mark, you're not going to be able to pay your rent. You got to be on the move. You got to accept the fact that you're going to be homeless. Of course, not all of us, the Lord will somehow make a way for us, but some of us, Akim, are going to have to be homeless. If you got a family, is your wife going to hold it down with you? Is your wife going to be there with you in the street, sleeping on the curb, sleeping in the cold, you know? And Lord willing, because some women are also going to receive salvation, so we don't know, we don't know how this is going to play out, but we do know what the scriptures say. Continue. Verse 73, "Then shall they be known who are my chosen, and they shall be tried as gold in the fire." So we're gonna be tried, we purify gold to make it as pure as form. The Lord is going to purify us before we get delivered. He has to purify the wickedness, burn off all the impurities, and then we get that finished product, that new body, get those new bodies in an instant, in the flash of an eye. Get that spiritual power. So verse 74, hear, O ye my beloved, saith the Lord, behold, the days of trouble are at hand, but I will deliver you from the same. Be ye not afraid, neither doubt, for God is your guide. So we don't have fear. We don't fear this devil. We don't fear going to prison. We don't fear getting our head cut off for this truth, because the victory is written. Those of us that are destined to be martyrs are going to be the first ones in the chariot with Yahweh Shai. And your name is going to be remembered. Your name is going to be remembered for eternity, for what you did for the Lord. You're going to get everything you lose in this life, you're going to get it back in the kingdom of heaven, tenfold, hundredfold, 1,000-fold. And we have faith. We believe these things. A lot of people say they believe, but do they really believe? They think this is just a fantasy. Us hopeful elect, we wholeheartedly believe, We wholeheartedly believe, and that's a blessing. That's a form of spiritual power, having this faith. The faith meaning believing in something that you haven't seen. That's faith. Losing your life for something, that's faith. Losing your life for something that you haven't seen yet. Yahweh Shai's chariot, we haven't seen Yahweh Shai's chariot, but we believe wholeheartedly that he's coming for his elect. Let's go to Isaiah. Isaiah chapter 59, verse 19. So shall they fear the name of the Lord from the west. And we're in the west right now, Babylon the Great. We're in the west. We fear the name of the Lord. And soon, everyone is going to fear the name of the Lord once all hell breaks loose. All these people that don't believe, we live in a godless nation, a godless society. This bitch is about to get plagued, just how the Lord plagued Egypt when Pharaoh, best believe he's gonna plague America, and people are gonna know like shit, there is a God, and it's gonna be too late for them. So, and his glory from the rising of the sun, when the enemy shall come in like a flood. The Spirit of the Lord shall lift up a standard against him. And I love this precept because it gives us confirmation that the Lord is not going to forsake his elect. Your labor shall not be in vain. All this work we've been doing, risking our lives, cutting ties, from so-called family. We forsook this world for our Lord, for our King. And we have faith that he's gonna look after us during Jacob's trouble when all hell breaks loose. Let's go to Luke 21. Luke 21 and 11 on down. And great earthquakes shall be in diverse places, and famines and pestilences and fearful sights, and great signs shall there be from heaven. And we definitely see great signs. You look up, we see chariots. Every day we see there's chariot sightings, Knowing that the angels are with us, our brothers are with us. But before all these, they shall lay their hands on you and persecute you, delivering you up to the synagogues and into prisons, being brought before kings and rulers for my name's sake. So yeah, this devil's coming down real quick. He's going to demonize the Israelites. He's going to demonize the men of the Lord. Turn your family against you. Who knows what narrative they're going to push. But, hey, man, it is what it is. Just how Yahweh Shai walked that humility walk, we have to walk that walk, because the servant is not greater than his master. We're going to have to partake in Yahweh Shai's sufferings. Just how Yahweh Shai had to be tortured, hung up on that cross before he got exalted. Now he's the King of Kings. We want that glory. We have to partake in that suffering. But the Lord will give you the spirit to endure. Just how he gave the spirit, Yahweh Shai had the spirit to endure. He knew he had a job to do, and he did it. And it shall turn to you for a testimony. Settle it therefore in your hearts, not to meditate before what ye shall answer. For I will give you a mouth and wisdom, which all your adversaries shall not be able to gainsay nor resist. So, once you get caught up in a certain situation, you're in a FEMA camp, you're in a prison cell, you're being interrogated, they're telling you to, what's that word? Renounce your faith. What is that? Denounce your faith, renounce your faith, and take this chip. Fuck that shit. The Lord will give us a spirit. He's gonna give us a spirit to say what we're gonna say. Refuse that chip. Take that guillotine, pray for that strength to look the guillotine in the face and get your head cut off. If you go that route. If not, you're in the wilderness, crazy ass motherfuckers running after you, trying to take your wife, your children. Lord willing, it's a battle. Give us that spiritual power to fucking break these motherfuckers' necks. Like Samson, he slew 1,000 Philistines with the jawbone of an ass. That's power. And the power that gave him that power is dealing with these men in these last days. We have faith that he's dealing with us. The God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. He's always been here. We were in captivity. We were serving our punishment. He exalted Esau. But just how he brought down Pharaoh and plagued Egypt, best believe America's gonna get double the cup, double the compensation for what they did to the Israelites. Let's get that in Revelation. Revelation chapter 18 and verse 6. Reward her even as she rewarded you, and double unto her, and double unto her, double according to her works, in the cup which she had filled to her double. So America's gonna get double the destruction, double the plagues, double the fucking chaos, And we're in the midst of this. We're gonna be in the midst. The men of the Lord are gonna be in the midst of this chaos and destruction. And the Lord's gonna preserve us, While everybody's panicking, these men are gonna turn to females. Everybody's gonna chaos with chickens with the head cut off. And the men of the Lord are gonna be cool, calm, and collective, waiting for the Spirit, for that next direction. And that's why these women are gonna flock towards us, Isaiah 4:1. And in that day, 7 women shall take hold of one man, saying, we will eat our own bread and wear our own apparel. Only let us be called by thy name, to take away our reproach. Yeah, these women all these fucking feminist Instagram models are gonna get that smoke, Fuck all those bitches. But if a humble female comes up to you and you see in her spirit that she truly repented, you can take her under your wing, 7 is just a complete number. You don't know how many women the Lord's gonna have you looking after, because a man of the Lord is a woman's hedge of protection. So those women that are gonna receive salvation, they're gonna have to be protected by the men of the Lord, because that's what the Lord is dealing with. And a lot of these proud-ass women, they can't accept that a man is entitled to more than one woman. Everything is backwards in this society. Everything is fucking backwards in this society. And it's crazy because this is kind of off topic, but people my wife tells me, she tells me everything is bad. Why do you think everything is bad? Bitch, because everything is bad. You know what I'm saying? Everything is fucking wicked in America. Everything is designed for you to sin. Every little aspect is designed for you to sin. And that's crazy, man. That's why Esau set this wicked ass kingdom up. But you know what? Through the Yahweh Shai's sacrifice, we have hope of salvation, because we're constantly going off. Sometimes unknowingly, sometimes we're unknowingly going off. You can go to a restaurant and they marinated your meat with fucking pork, and you ordered beef. You know, you made a conscious decision. I don't want pork, I want beef. But these wicked ass people still marinated your shit with pork. That's why you have to pray over your food. You know, because we defiled bread amongst the Gentiles. Let's get that. Ezekiel chapter 4 and verse 13. And the Lord said, even thus shall the children of Israel eat their defiled bread among the Gentiles, whither I will drive them. So the Lord knows, you know, you can't win in this society. If you know how some Israelite camps say, you know, you got to follow the law. If we truly were to try to follow the law in order to receive salvation, every single one of us will fucking burn, will be destroyed. We can't do this on our own. We need Yahweh Shai. We need Yahweh Shai sacrifice. That's the only way to get to the Lord, through Yahweh Shai sacrifice. And people just, some wicked 2/3 camps just can't receive that, you know. A lot of 2/3 so-called good people, right? Oh, I'm a good person. God knows my heart. We're all wicked, you know. We all fall short of the Lord. But through the Lord's mercy, we out here putting on as the elect, because we don't know if we're part of the elect, but we have to walk as if we are of the elect in order to have hope of salvation, make it to that chariot, be covered during Jacob's trouble, all hell breaking loose. Because this devil is gonna fucking, you're gonna see a lot of death, a lot of fucking death. Children dying, you know. In the movies, they don't show children being judged, but that kid could have been a wicked ass person in a previous life. So no one's exempt of the Lord's judgment, only the elect. That's in Colossians. Go to Colossians chapter 3 and verse 12. Put on therefore as the elect of God, holy and beloved, bowels of mercies, kindness, humbleness of mind, meekness, long-suffering. So we have to put on as the elect, walk that straight gate, walk through that straight gate, because the more rooted we get in this faith, the more demons are gonna come after us. And if demon can manifest himself as like I was watching the Apostle Ramla, as a job opportunity. Let's say you get your dream job, but it takes all your time, and resources, and you can't do this work anymore. And you gotta pick and choose, man. You gotta forsake this life. Or to say this bad female, you know, this bad female all of a sudden wants to talk to you. You know, you got to be able to resist that temptation and continue pushing forward in this truth. You got to make your calling and election sure. Let's get that. 2 Peter chapter 1 and verse 10. Wherefore, the rather, brethren, give diligence to make your calling and election sure. For if ye do these things, ye shall never fail. So we do this work in hopes for salvation to be covered in that dark day. And to be protected from demons. You know, a fucking wicked ass demon could run up right now, you know. You gotta be on your toes. We're men of the Lord, but we ain't afraid to throw hands, you know, get that spiritual power, Lord willing. So what was I? Let's continue in Luke 21. We're in verse 16 and it reads, and ye shall be betrayed both by parents and brethren and kinfolks and friends, and some of you shall they cause to be put to death. So we're going to be betrayed. You know, this devil is going to come down with that narrative. That's why vocab Malone, you know, that demon is trying to He's trying to, what's that word? Provoke the GMS camps. He's trying to provoke these camps to do some shit, you know, because you know that demon has something up his sleeve. Meeting up with Sakari. They're up to something. This devil, you know, this devil's gonna come down with great wrath. And some of us are gonna have to be put to death. It's written, and if that's your lot, that's your lot, you know. You'll still be exalted in the kingdom of heaven. You'll still make it to Yahushua's chariot. You just have to walk through that you gotta be a martyr. And yeah, you're gonna be betrayed. You gotta be careful, you know, your so-called family, when all hell breaks loose, when they're starving, you really think they're gonna be civil? They're gonna fucking kill each other. And that's why, I mean, it's hard. I know it's hard nowadays. It's hard to have your own spot, but it's important to have your own spot. Fuck living in a crowded ass house, man. Everybody's gonna bug out. You're better off living on your own, you know, you're better off having your own fort. But ultimately, we don't know. Once all hell breaks loose, you could be far away from your home. You just have to pray every day that no matter what situation you're in, the Lord has your back, the Lord covers you. Yeah, man, it's gonna get real. It's gonna get real hectic in these streets. Verse 17, and ye shall be hated of all men for my name's sake. So, not Jesus, you know, fuck Jesus, Yahushai. You're gonna be hated for Yahushai's sake, for Yahushua's name. So like they're gonna demonize that name, the name of the Lord. You think if Jesus really had power, they would have given us that name? Fuck no. This devil knows that the true children of Israel are waking up to who their power is. And they know once the Lord is dealing with his men and his people once again, that's it for them, you know. We'll be exalted. They know if we keep us in sin, the Lord wouldn't deal with us. But through the Lord's mercy, we woke up. And those curses are being lifted. The Lord is dealing with us again. And that's why we have to confess his name, prophesy, speak the downfall of this wicked kingdom into existence. And that's why we're going to be hated, because we speak against this wicked ass lifestyle. It makes people uncomfortable. People don't want to hear what we have to say because it convicts them. They want to continue living in sin. You know, that's what this whole culture is about, you know, sin. No more morality. These bitches are fucking nasty. Fuck the whole world. That's crazy, man. If you have a decent woman, that's a blessing, man. In verse 18, but there shall not an hair in your head perish. In your patience possess ye your souls. So not everybody's gonna have to be put to death. Some of us are gonna be some of us are not gonna see death. Some of us are gonna endure all the way till Yahushua returns, make it on that chariot. So the Lord, you know, we're gonna have to walk through that fire, get some cuts and bruises, but ultimately we'll be straight. The Lord will cover us. And in your patience possess ye your souls. It is a battle for your soul. You know, Esau wants you to be in that lake of fire with him. And ultimately he's gonna be in those bunkers, so he's not even gonna get the lake of fire. He's gonna get captivity though. The majority of only the elite are gonna escape the missiles, but all these wicked ass people you see, proud ass Americans every day, they're gonna fucking eat a missile. Let's get that. My sword shall be bathed in heaven. Isaiah 34:5. For my sword shall be bathed in heaven. Behold, it shall come down upon Idumea and upon the people of my curse to judgment. That's speaking of the nuclear missiles. That's how America is going to be destroyed, through thermonuclear destruction. And the chariots are going to finish it off with that concentrated laser beam. This whole place is going to be melted. Everything you see here in America is gonna be fucking melted, lake of fire. The only people that are gonna make it out of here is the elect. The elect. This whole doctrine is for the elect. And you know, the water Yahweh Shem Yahushai, that he opened our eyes. There very few of us in this truth, that he opened our eyes to this truth, man, because everybody else is a lost cause. They could enjoy their mirth a couple weeks, months at best left before fucking chaos ensues. You see the signs. It's crazy how people are planning their future here in Babylon, and you clearly see the signs everywhere. World War III, Russia's threatening America with nuclear missiles, and people. It's crazy. These zombie ass 2/3. They hear it, you know. They hear this, but they don't fucking process it in their brain. It goes in one ear and out the other. Like, oh, you know, let's go smoke a blunt. That's cool. Wild. But ultimately, the Lord blinded them. Let's get that. Matthew chapter 13 and verse 15. It reads, "For this people's heart is waxed gross, and their ears are dull of hearing, and their eyes they have closed, lest at any time they should see with their eyes, and hear with their ears, and should understand with their heart, and should be converted, and I should heal them. But blessed are your eyes, for they see, and your ears, for they hear." So their heart is waxed gross. The Lord covered their ears and covered their eyes. So that's why you can't force this truth on people. They don't get it, keep it moving, because it ain't meant for them. It ain't meant for 2/3 of Israel. It's only meant for the elect. And blessed are your eyes, for they see, and your ears, for they hear. And we can't take this mercy for granted. We can't take this truth for granted, man, because the Lord can take your spirit like that. You see men all the time falling off, and we just have to pray that ain't us. Let's go to Matthew 22 and 14. It reads, "For many are called, but few are chosen." And that's heavy. Many are waking up to the fact that they're Israelites, to the names of our power, Yahweh, Yahweh Shai. But the Lord will spew them out. You know, the Lord ain't gonna Salakia. The Lord has his elect, who he wants. Everybody else, fuck them. You know, they'll come back in the kingdom as babies. But we want to make it on this side. We want to make it on this go around. That's what we're striving for. We don't want to come back as babies. We want to come back as fucking men of the Lord with that crown of life. Man, that's what we're striving for, that crown of life. Let's get that in Revelation. Fear none of those things which thou shalt suffer. Behold, the devil shall cast some of you into prison, that ye may be tried, and ye shall have tribulation 10 days. Be thou faithful unto death, and I will give thee a crown of life. So we got to be faithful until death, you know, and then we get that crown of life. Yeah, being exalted, being a king in the kingdom of heaven, you know, having thousands of beautiful women, children. Man, you can only imagine, you can only fathom what the Lord has in store for his elect. And that's what we're out here. We walk in humility. We're walking in humility right now. And we're gonna catch that hell. That persecution is coming. We're gonna catch that hell. It's all somewhat decent now, but these prophecies are fucking moving. These prophecies are moving. And And we just have to pray that we're rooted enough to withstand the devil, to withstand what this devil has in store for us, you know, because the Lord is going to test our faith. And the Lord's going to test our faith. That hour of temptation, everybody's going to be tested. And we just have to pray that we're part of the elect, pray that we're part of that number, because the elect are predestined. And that's what gives us hope, because yeah, it's gonna be crazy, you know. It's gonna take everything that we have, everything inside of us to resist that mark of the beast. But those that are predestined are gonna resist it no matter what. The Lord is gonna give them a spirit to resist it. And I believe that's in I have chosen thee from the foundation of the earth. Let me get that. Salakia. I can't find the precept, but the Lord chose the elect were predestined from the foundation of the earth to receive salvation. And I know in Jeremiah somewhere, and I'm a new brother, so I'm every day building my spirit up. I'm a new brother. I'm literally the only one in my city, in my town, doing this work, and that's a beautiful thing, because out of hundreds of thousands of people, being the only one pushing the name of Yahweh by Shem Yahushai, that's a serious task. That's a serious lot that I'm in, and I'm very grateful for it. Because a lot of people are gonna die, you know, a lot of people are gonna die. And the fact, whoever's watching, the fact that the Lord woke you up, you have hope of salvation. And like I said, I'm a new brother, I'm getting these precepts down. Little by little, Lord willing, you know, Lord builds me up, have longer camps. But it was in the book of Jeremiah where the Lord knew you when you were in your mother's belly, when you were in your mother's womb. The Lord chose you to be a prophet. And that's a very humbling but fulfilling, what's that word? Humbling and satisfying thought that He chose you to be a prophet. We're out here prophesying the destruction of America. We're prophesying the mark of the beast. We're prophesying these prophecies. We're speaking these prophecies before they happen. That's what a prophet does. He warns his people of the impending doom. And we're out here confessing the name of the Lord, Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai, boldly. We don't give a fuck about what these people think. And man, we just hope and pray the Lord doesn't take the spirit from me and gives me the spirit to endure to the end. Maybe some more brothers, you know. And if I'm walking in this lot alone, those brothers that are out doing camp alone, hey, that's your lot. The angels are watching, so you're not alone. Lord, the angels are watching. So hopefully this lesson has been edifying. In closing, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai, Bahashem, Rakak, Wadash. I want to give double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who taught me this 100% truth. And Shalom to the hopeful elect of the nation of Israel. Keep pushing, Akim, keep pushing. We almost out this bitch. Just gotta endure a little longer. On to the next one, Shalom.